Hi, thanks for getting in touch with the Profitable Firm. We appreciate it. And just wanted to walk through a few things where we get questions, similar questions asked by a lot of accountants all over the world. And because we work exclusively with accountants and we do this work a lot, I thought I'd just try and answer some of the questions that you very likely do have. Particularly about where to begin. We get this a lot. Maybe you filled in our online marketing diagnostic on the website, or you're just browsing around going, what is it that the Profitable Firm does and could they help me? And I just want to address where most accountants that work with us start. And I'll get into that. A little intro. My name's Karen Reyburn. I'm the Managing Director of the Profitable Firm, and this is me. So this way we can virtually meet. And one of the things that we like to do at the Profitable Firm is try and show you by example how you can work virtually with so many clients all over the world if you want to. Just depends on what your goals are. But, sharing good and relevant, helpful information that's unique to you as accountants and accountancy firms is a good example of what we encourage accountants to do with your own clients and with your own prospects. So we'll get into that in a few minutes, but it's lovely to meet you virtually. And I'm happy to have a phone call with those of you who are considering working with us, but it might help if we go through some of the things, as I said, that I get asked a lot, we get asked a lot, because oftentimes the first thing you're thinking is, well, maybe I just need a new website, or maybe I just need some blogging done, or maybe I don't even know where to start. And so if you bear with me for a few minutes while I talk to you about the power of content, I will then explain the typical process that most accountants follow when they work with us, starting with a plan and then getting those things actioned. But there's a reason for that. There's a philosophy behind why we have set this up in this way. The Profitable Firm's been around for about 3 years. I set it up myself with my business partner Sean Walsh, who works in our Nottingham office. And the thing that we've learned over the years is you can't just sail in. Well, you can, but it's probably not the best idea to just sail into some marketing idea that you had last weekend and you just want actioned. There's a lot of power behind the content that you share, and this is really critical to your marketing. And this is a image sketch note that I did myself because I'm constantly explaining to accountants that your website is your marketing hub. That is like your all-round marketing hub, not just your online marketing hub or your digital marketing hub, and then you have all these other things that you do with your other marketing. Now that we're the place that we're in, and the place that your prospects are in, is the website is the place that people go. Even if it's a referral. Accountants get loads of, you probably get 80-90% of your business from referral. And the first place that people go is your website. Same with all these other Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, everything, even networking. Still, people are checking you out on your website. They're looking at that to determine what kind of accountancy firm you are. And all the marketing activity that you do, online or offline, we believe should be driven entirely around that website. And your website is just so important. I can talk later about the website in great detail. I won't go into lots of detail on it. You can always ask us questions about that. The point is, you don't have to have a website that's the be-all and end-all and is the most perfect website that ever lived, because within 6 months somebody else will have triumphed over that and then you have to do it again. The point is, you need to have something that's the hub where all your marketing activities come. And content, back up a second, content is critical to that. And what we mean by content is the fresh, relevant, helpful information that is constantly being shared on your website or via all these various means, so that people know that you know what you're talking about and that it's relevant to them. This is so critical right now. This is a stat from HubSpot. HubSpot and Hinge Marketing are two of the organizations that we really appreciate the research and study that they do, because they do a lot of stuff that's unique to professional services and particularly to accountants. And later on in this short video, I'm going to talk to you about a study that was recently done on accountancy firms particularly, and what it is that people are looking for, and why why they come to your website and what they want to see. This is just one small example. Blogging is an example of fresh content that you share, and even if you only blog once a month, you're more likely to generate 70% more leads than those who are not blogging. I'm pretty confident that most of you watching this video are either not blogging or not blogging very often. If you are, brilliant. You're head and shoulders above the game. The only next thing I would ask you is what you're blogging about and whether it's unique to a particular area, but we'll get to that. But the point is, the more blogging that you do, the more that tells Google, hey, I've got fresh, relevant content that's changing all the time. Google loves it when websites change and are fresh and new. If your website's been sitting there for a couple years with hardly anything changing, you're just dropping lower and lower and lower in the search engines every day. One of the things that we've got at the Profitable Firm that we've developed is this 27 content ideas, because we were regularly getting asked. I'm going to jump to our website here. We were regularly getting asked for, well, if I want to share fresh new things on my website, what should I share? And you can go to the Profitable Firm website, go to free stuff, and then the content ideas, and just download it directly from there. But the idea is that there's plenty of things that you can do. You could do an ebook, you could do a webinar, you could do a video, you could do a video like this one that I'm doing. You know, again, we're trying to show you by example that if you're sharing things that are relevant, then it's a lot more powerful. And it's really tempting to say, well, I've got lots of ideas. I don't even need to download this. I've got a list of ideas that I've been trying to action for ages and I haven't gotten them done. But what we're pointing out here is, number one, it's really important for your content to be targeted, and it should be well designed. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it should be well designed, and then it should be fresh and regular and continually being shared. So, for example, you might be thinking, oh, okay, so something like an ebook. I think an ebook is a great idea. I should have an ebook on my website. Can you give me a generic ebook that I can slap my logo on and put it on my website? It's probably the worst thing that you could do by way of an ebook, because these days it's so critical for your content to be custom. People can spot generic and stock photos and things that you've slapped your logo on a mile away, and they're not going to be very impressed if you say, oh, we have this new ebook for building profit, and then it just says things like, well, you should be reviewing your products, and you need to be growing your business and addressing business development, and all of those phrases that used to sound really good and now just sound like professional speak. And what people want, what your prospects want, is to know that you care about them, you understand their issues, and you have a way to sort that out. This is just an example of some of the ebooks that we've designed for some of our clients. And as you can see, these are very specific. Hidden profits for digital creatives, payroll tips for your family-owned business. It's unique. These are custom written based on what Henry and Paul and all these real people are talking to their clients about. Now this is something that we've come across recently, this research study that was done by Hinge on the power of being a visible expert. And I got this in by email. I follow Hinge and I get their emails, and they sent this by email, and I downloaded it, and I immediately went, this is what I've been telling accountants for years. This is spot on. This is exactly right. It encourages me quite a lot that the research supports this. And the point is, people who are buying your accounting services are looking for an expert, somebody who's visibly an expert, and visibly online particularly. Look at this. Online search, 31%. Far and away, the biggest way that people look for experts is online. Look at that. It's more than recommendations. You may be sitting there going, well, I get most of it by word of mouth, and no matter what you do online, it's still going to be word of mouth. Yes. But what if somebody's searching for an expert in corporation tax, capital gains, property owners, creative agencies, and they come across somebody who has been recommended? You could double those, put those together. Publications, trade associations, speaking, and you go down this list. But this is extremely powerful. People are searching for experts. No longer is it good enough for your accountancy firm to simply be an all one-size-fits-all accountancy firm, and you work with any kind of business and you do tax, payroll, VAT, corporation tax, accounts, financial statements, management accounts, blah, 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 blah. That is not what people are looking for. When they're looking for an accountant, they want somebody who understands them, understands their issues, is able to speak their language, somebody that they like, get along with personality-wise. And so when they're checking out potential accounting services providers, so when they're checking out potential accountants, number one place, almost 84% of people go straight to the website. We're back to the referral thing. You may tell me that most of your prospects have been referred to you, like your good leads, your hot leads have been referred to you, but where's the first place they went before they picked up the phone, before they sent you an email? They went straight to your website and went, are these guys half decent? Do they have, do they seem fairly modern and relevant to the type of business I need done? Then they ask people, and then they search and social media, etc. This is really powerful. I'm not going to spend ages on this. This is not entirely an education video, although I do want to educate you as to the power of content and online marketing, which you already know, or you wouldn't be here listening to this probably. But I do want to get to why it is that we work on a content plan and then generating your actions with you. This is why. Because this is where your prospects are going. This is just an example of one of the things that we've developed to help accountants address particular targets. And we've got some PowerPoint presentations on things like Xero. There's a whole variety of one. There's one on auto enrollment. But this kind of thing is you take this and you adapt it for your firm, customizing it heavily. I'm not just purporting that you, as I said, that you stick your logo on it, but you're becoming a visible expert. You run a webinar, you run a seminar, you do a video, you write a blog, and it's about something specific to and to that target. So as mentioned, about a niche or a target, it is very important to have one of these. Now, one of the questions I get asked or comments that are made to me is, well, I'm not quite sure I want to pick a niche because I don't only want to work with landlords. I don't want to be restricted to solicitors or creative agencies only. What if I come up with another area and I want to work with them? Absolutely fine. We're not restricting you. What we're doing is helping you to focus your marketing. If you have a niche or a focus area, it doesn't have to be an industry necessarily. It could be bank managers. It could be people in the northwest of Scotland. It could be overseas property owners. It could be those that have an issue with UK taxes. We have a client we work with who does UK taxes for missionaries, and he's got a whole website page that we helped him create with a video and FAQs and all this stuff unique to that area. And the reason you need this, the reason this is so important to have and to pick it and start working on it, is that those who are searching for you, if we go back to when they come to your website and they search for you online, they are searching for their issues and their problems and their target area, this niche area that they're in. If they're a property owner, they're looking for information about property. And if they happen to discover that you're the expert in taxes for property owners, that will suddenly be relevant to them. One of the films I particularly like and enjoy watching is called Jobs, which is about Apple computers and Steve Jobs. And one of the things he says in the film is this quote here, that you have to have a problem that you want to solve and a wrong that you want to right. And this applies to marketing in a very powerful way, because it's not about coming up with a new product or service. It's not about saying, oh, I'm going to deliver management accounts to my clients because that's a really profitable thing. You want to deliver management accounts because the problem or the wrong is that your poor clients are sitting there not knowing which of their products or services is the most profitable to them, and they lost £50,000 last year, or they had a huge tax bill, or all kinds of things. So it's really important to have that, because if your clients and prospects have that and you know about it and you can help solve it and you can help write it, that impacts your marketing in a really powerful way. And it makes your marketing easy. That is the beauty of it. If you have a niche area, so you've identified that, so you've said, okay, we are going to work with, for example, creative agencies. And by the by, creative agencies is like the flavor of the month at the moment. Everybody thinks, oh, creative agencies is the thing. We'll talk about how we can help you define what yours is, but don't just pick what everybody else is doing. Don't try and be some other accountancy firm. So you pick your niche, and then you identify the issues that they have, and then you come up with a plan, a specific plan. And I realize that for many of you, strategy, I've put it here that strategy is an 8-letter word, which means it's like 2 4-letter words put together. A lot of accountants I talk to are so tired of strategy, or you've done so much of it, you're like, I don't need any more strategy. I just need a plan. I need to get stuff done. I would like to wake up next month and realize that that landing page or that ebook or that download or webinar I've been mulling over for a year is done. And what we do at the Profitable Firm is we completely agree with you. We know that you have done loads of strategy, the big picture, in terms of where your firm is going, change management, your team, succession planning. You're doing well at all that. Most of the accountants I talk to are doing brilliantly at that. But when it comes to content marketing strategy and developing a plan for that content, like what content you're going to share on your website, that's where it falls down a little bit. So all of this is to explain that the reason we've developed this content marketing plan, content marketing strategy process that we go through with accountants is because you've done your strategy, fine. You've got a good idea where you're going. You've got loads of marketing ideas, but you don't have a specific plan that says next month we're going to produce this website landing page, we're going to design this graphic, we're going to do these 4 blog posts, and these are the titles. We're going to run a webinar in 3 months' time, and it's going to be on this topic, and we're going to invite these people, very, very specific content marketing related things. So that's why we've developed this content marketing plan process, because we help you to pick a niche. If you don't have any ideas, we will draw it out of you, guaranteed. I have been doing these content marketing strategy calls for 3 years. I have done probably near to 100 of them, and I have never had a firm who had nothing that they could focus on. I've had a few where we weren't quite sure and we thought, well, we'll just try this and give this a go. But there's always something. You've got a niche, you've got an industry, you've got an issue, you've got a focus area, you've got something. Even if it's just a service that you offer, but we put a good name to it and we want to really drive at that. Something that you're going to drive at. And then identify the issues that relate to those people or that area. And then you're sharing information regarding that that's relevant and helpful and well designed. I think it's important that you share things that look good visually. Doesn't have to be perfect. One of my favorite phrases is not perfect, but done. Far better to have a new landing page that, you need to move the image 3 inches to the left, but at least it's done and it's there. I've seen clients and other accountants who have sent out an email that I look at and go, oh, I don't think that's the prettiest email in the world, but they sent it and they got 20 people to come to their event. So let's not quibble about whether it's absolutely perfect and the blue was, the right shade of light blue and the line was 3 millimeters to the left. It's typical for some accountants to get into the micromanaging and the panicking of, well, is this the best email that's ever been sent? It never will be. So just send it. So this is our content plan process. And I just want to explain this because, as I said, I get a lot of people asking, well, how does this work? And why should I bother with anything that has the word strategy in it? Because I don't want to do any strategy. So this is the process that we would follow with you to help you start. Now, you're more than welcome to have us build you a website or do some blogging for you or just, pick something you want done. But 95% of the firms that work with us start here because what if we start blogging on auto enrollment and then 3 months down the road, you happen to mention to us that you have, 45 clients in this particular area, and we go, gosh, that would have been helpful. We could have been blogging on that, and then we could have applied auto enrollment to that particular target. Do you see what I mean? So our content plan process, just to walk you through how that works, is number one, we send you some diagnostics, some links. I'll just go back to our website and show you what I mean by the diagnostic. We've got a couple diagnostics that we've developed. Now this one that you may have already filled in online is our online marketing diagnostic. Where are you at? What are you doing? What are you hoping to do? We have a similar one like this that we send you. Some of our clients takes 15 minutes, some takes 20. Think at the most maybe a half an hour if you really spend lots of time on it. But just asking questions about your firm, about the clients that you like, profitable clients, profitable services, etc. You may fill this in and go, I don't feel like I gave anything of value in that, but I guarantee you we always get a lot of information and a starting point from that. We also have another diagnostic that we can send you if you already know a niche that you want to focus on. So if you're saying, well, I'm thinking of working with architects, or I do a lot of work with IT companies, maybe that could be a niche. We can send you a diagnostic to fill in for that niche. And if you don't end up focusing on that niche, fine. But again, it helps you work through in your own mind whether that could be profitable. And you can fill that in for as many niches as you want. So we send you those. So that takes you maybe 20 minutes to fill that in, maybe 10 minutes to fill that in. Then we arrange a content call, and that's usually with myself. It could be with one of the others of the team, but it's usually with myself. And that's a 1.5 to 2 hour call. And literally all we do is I take this content diagnostic and the information we've got, and we just talk about it. And you just tell us your ideas and your thoughts and the issues that these people have. And if you have no clue about niches, we talk about that, and we just work through all that. We take copious notes, and excuse me, we record the call, and then our team puts together a 12-month plan of the specific things that we suggest and recommend you do based on all of this. So this plan is not generic. This is not, here's the 28 things that we think accountants should do. This is unique to your firm, it's unique to your niche areas, and it's unique to their issues, but it's just a draft because we want to review it with you. So we do that for you. That takes a 1.5 to 2 weeks for us to put that together. Then we have another quick call, 30 minutes or so, and we review that draft, and we check in and say, are the priorities right? Are the niche areas right? Do the actions look pretty good? 9 times out of 10, everybody says, yep, that's absolutely spot on, let's go. From time to time, maybe make a few little tweaks. But then we enter those items into our online project management tool, which is Basecamp. And we just enter those straight in and put them in categories and identify the responsibilities. And from that point, you're certainly welcome to just take the plan and do it yourself. You can just say, well, that's great and thanks, and we've got very specific actions here, so we'll take that from here. I will tell you, at the time of recording this, I've never had that happen. Because by the time you go through all this, you go, my goodness sakes, there's quite a lot to do. I don't have time to do that. If I charge out at £100 an hour, that is just the worst use of my time to spend 16 hours trying to do, all this marketing stuff. So that is why we've developed these outsourced marketing packages. And the outsourced marketing packages are there so that things get done. This is our goal in the whole process. Our goal is to help you get things done. The content marketing strategy plan process has been developed to ensure that things get done faster and more specific to your firm. And one of the things I put in here is just a quote from one of our clients, and he was talking to another accountant who said, "Oh, I see you work with a profitable firm. What are they like to work with? And why do you continue working with them?" And this is what he had said to him, and he repeated it to me, that there are a lot of other marketers and consultants and people out there who are going to help you come up with ideas or share ideas around or brainstorm things or come up with lists. But at the end of the day, they all require you or somebody on your team or one of your accountants to suddenly try and become a marketer. And so therefore you have these many of you have lists upon lists and strategies and plans, and still your website isn't finished, your blogging isn't getting done, those webinars aren't getting delivered. And it is really important to us that when we work with you, you get things done. Every month you can see, you can go into Basecamp, into the online project management, and see what's being actioned, and you get things done. This is just an example of one of our clients. This is Paul that I was mentioning to at my accountancy place. And one of the things that we worked with him on was explaining how they do business. So he was talking about the fact that they, it's not just about the accounts, it's about getting the accounts done, looking at the profits, looking at the tax, and underlying all those three are the systems behind them. And they've been explaining that to their clients for a long time. But what we worked together with them was just to, do some design, matches the logo, goes all together. Very simple. I mean, this is not rocket science. The amazing thing to me with design particularly is that you can spend hours and days and thousands of pounds. Incidentally, that's not how much it's going to cost you to get a little logo done, so don't panic. But you can spend tons of effort, and really all people want is something very simple that gets the point across. My accounts, that's what we do. My profits, that's what we do. My tax, that's what we do. Job done. And it all ties together and it all looks good. And the point is, it's done. It's on the website. He's got a landing page for each of them. And now he's got these nice little icons that he can use in his proposals and his presentations. And when he's explaining this is how we do business. So the outsourced marketing packages. Now, again, don't panic. This is not a requirement in any way. If you go through the whole content marketing process and you want to do it yourself, absolutely fine. No problem, no hard feelings. We are not territorial in any way. If you want to have your team do some items and we do some items, fine. But these packages have been developed to address a certain number of hours or items of content marketing actions every month. So we take actions from your plan, and then you've got website management and all this other stuff to make sure that things can get changed on your website and things. But we always tell people, just start small. Start at the lowest level, get some stuff done. If you want to upgrade, you can, just start getting a few things done. And that's why those exist. As mentioned, we always encourage you to start small. I would rather have you start at the $295 level and then slowly get up to one of the other levels if you want to, rather than saying, let's fire in at the $895 level or the custom level, and we're going to get all these, we're going to go all, that's why this one's called guns blazing. Everything is just, you're just firing in all areas. But when you go in guns blazing, if you don't have a good plan or you don't have the team to support or whatever, then you might find that you get a bit overwhelmed. So don't be afraid to start small. We're very conscious of the incredible responsibility that we have with the trust that accountants put in us. And we know it takes time to build. Many of you have been treated very badly by marketers and consultants in the past who promised you the earth and you still don't have it done and you're very frustrated. That's why we do this. If you want to start at a high level, we've got some clients that come in and they spend, $1,000 or a couple thousand a month because they've got a particular project, fine. But if you're a smaller firm or you just don't know how much you want to spend, or you don't even really know about the value of what you're going to get or how long things will take, start small. You can upgrade and downgrade. We've had clients who are at $295 level, and for 2 months they jump up to this to get something done and then go back down. We had a client who was on a different kind of package, and he bolted on the $895 for a couple months, got a big project done, and was so excited and got so much out of it and so many new leads and clients that he ended up staying at that level and getting other things done that were on the list. And that's the point, is that it really almost does start to feel like a magic wand because things really do get done. Okay, money. This is a question, of course, that you want to know, is how much does it cost? We're very open and honest about our fees. I'm just going to go to the content strategy page on the website so you can see that this is same as what's on the website. £1,350 is a one-off fee. You can split it into 12 monthly payments if you want. If you have some cash flow issues or maybe smaller firm or just want to spread it out a little, absolutely fine. Pay it over 12 months. Now, the entire process of the content marketing plan, this is just for the strategy and the 12-month plan and that whole process. This does not include actually doing things. This is the cost of the plan, but that's why we offer this, so that if you want to put a little small monthly one, and then once that's done, tack on one of these, then you're spreading it out a bit more. And normally the whole process takes, I don't know, 6 to 8 weeks. So if you're splitting 12 monthly payments, we're pretty much done with the process in the first few months, but it helps you split it out. So I think that covers most of it. The question I've put here is how can we serve you? This is one of the pillars of what we stand on at the Profitable Firm is we are here to serve our clients, not in a generic customer service. Here's some you pay us money and we do this, but we consider, it's like you're the masters and we're the servants. Like, we are here to make your life better and your marketing better and your website better, and anything that you need, we would love to serve you and to be able to do that for you so that you can achieve what you want. So if that all sounds good and that all makes sense to you and you go, that is just exactly what I've been looking for, I'm ready to go ahead, then just drop us an email, info@theprofitablefirm.com, and say, I want the content marketing strategy. What will happen is we will send you, and just tell us if you want to pay it one-off or the 12 monthly installments, and we'll just say, here's your invoice. We'll link it to Go Cardless, which links to Xero. Sorts it all by direct debit. Everything's automated. It's lovely. And then you'll get a series of emails that send you diagnostic links, and we will be off and going. So it's very, very easy to do that. And as I said, you're only committed to the content marketing plan itself. There's no obligation or requirement on you to do these outsourced marketing packages. It's only if you're ready or interested or got to a point where you realize that would be helpful for you. Okay, so I hope that's really helpful. I recorded this, as I said, because these are the questions I'm answering a lot of times. So I really hope that was helpful to see our process at the Profitable Firm. If this is not for you, if you go, no, actually, that is for whatever reason, I've got it, somebody's developed a whole plan for me, and I just want some blogs done, please do talk to us. Just drop us an email and say, I'm not sure if this is for me or whatever. But that's where most of the accounts that we work with start. Oh, and the other thing I should have mentioned is that if you do need a new website or you're considering a website, just before I get to the prices, I'm going to warn you, we are not the cheapest when it comes to websites. That is on purpose because all of our websites include that entire content marketing strategy plan that I've just gone through with you. So you've got £1,350 for that, which is included in all levels of the websites that we do. And that's because our websites include that content strategy. We custom write all the content, custom write it, nothing generic for you. We pick all the images and you put that all into WordPress. It's fully customized. And again, you can do deposits and split that over 12 months or whatever it needs to be. But we do have some people that go, oh my goodness, there's no possible way I'm going to spend $4,000 or $7,000 on a website. Totally fine. Again, no worries. I actually have encouraged many of our clients, if your website is clean and modern and looks good, stick with what you have, and let's do the strategy, and let's get to the let's get to the getting things done, to the plan and the achieving things, and we can worry about a big be all and end all website down the road. If your website is really dire and hasn't been changed in 5 years and is one of those bog standard template ones with all the tax newsletters and stuff, you might need a new one. But don't panic. We also work with some strategic partners. So at the end of the day, the goal is things get done. And whether we can help you or we can work with you in a small way while other people's help you, absolutely fine. Looking forward to it. Drop us a line at info@theprofitablefirm.com or drop one to me personally, karen.reyburn@theprofitablefirm.com. Very happy to answer any questions and look forward to talking to you soon. Thanks.